Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm TJ and I'm so happy you're here with me today. We're going to be diving right in with these pyramid Tic Tac holders. So the first thing you're going to do is go to andrenascreations.com, click on shop, templates, silhouette and Cricut, and scroll down until you see the AK Tic Tac pyramid box template. This is what the listing looks like, and this is what we will be working on today in Design Space. In her listing photo, she shows you that you will be receiving 4 files. You'll receive 2 SVGs and 2 Silhouette Studio files, one that has the Tic Tac on the side and one that has the Tic Tac in the middle. Now, there are terms of use and licenses associated with these files, and by downloading her files, you are agreeing to not copy, alter, share any of that type of stuff with her files. Once you've read over everything, the description, the listing photos, you're going to add this template to your cart. When you add to cart, another message will pop up, basically repeating everything that you should have already read in both the listing photos and the description. After you say you understand and you've read everything and that you'll watch the YouTube videos, your template will then be added to your cart, where you will have to sign in order to check out. And please make sure that your email address is correct, because that is where your download link will be sent to. Windows users, right click and extract all. Depending on what software you use to open SVGs, that will determine what emblem you see. You might see Microsoft, Inkscape, Affinity, or AI like I do if you use Adobe Illustrator. For my Mac OS users, you double click to extract, and remember that those extracted files will have the same name and be in the same folder. But if you are using iOS, as in an iPad or an iPhone, you will follow the steps in the video. You will press and hold down the zipped file, then select uncompress. A new folder will pop up with your 4 files in that folder. The folder where your files will be is the same folder where your zipped is. Now you'll open up Design Space, hit your plus sign, upload, give your file a name, and then you will see the template on your screen. You follow all of the same steps that we would if you were using a desktop. You click on layers, you remove the words, and then you resize your template. So right here, I have a new canvas open in Cricut Design Space. Remember, this top left corner can show you no grid, partial grid, or full grid view. The bottom left hand side, we're going to click upload, and then we are going to click on upload image. Here you can either click browse and all of your folders will show up, or you can drag and drop. Remember that I am working with 2 monitors, so my choice will always be to drag the file from one screen and drop it onto the screen that I am working on. After my file uploads, I'm going to name it, place it in a collection, and then I'm going to upload that file to my canvas. Once the canvas loads, I'm going to click on the layers to the right hand side where the words are. I will remove the words. While the template is still grouped together, I will go up to the top where size is, and I will put in the width that was given to me by Andrena and press enter. Now, after my template is appropriately sized, I'm going to right click and ungroup. You can also do Shift Control G or Shift Command G if you are working with Mac. I'm going to click on the Tic Tac pyramid base, and I'm going to attach my score marks. Remember that Andrena's templates come with cut lines that will cut, skip, cut, skip, cut, skip. So you don't need a scoring tool. Your blade in your machine is just going to cut, skip, cut, skip. That is how you get your score marks when using Andrena's template. So you always want to remember to attach your score lines. Your teal layer is your metallic layer, your glitter layer, or it can be your top layer where you do a decorative cardstock, a printed paper, a print thin cut, or just another color cardstock if you do not like the third layer option. And then finally, your violet, lavender, whatever color purple you choose to call this, is your top layer. And again, that can be cardstock, a decorative paper pad, or a print thin cut layer. One thing that I like to do, because I hate how Cricut shows attach or results from slice or whatever it is, I like to rename that layer so I know exactly what I'm looking at or looking for. So I'm going to rename the base, and I'm going to rename the insert. Now, just to keep myself organized, I'm going to click on my other layers and I'm going to name them what they are. So while holding shift on my keyboard, I'm going to select all of my lavender pieces, group them together, and name them the top layer. I will repeat this same step for my metallic layer. Remember, if you do not want to right click, simply press Ctrl or Command G and it will group for you. Keyboard shortcuts are your friend. Next, I'm going to work on the label. Now, the white piece is your guide. Andrena gave you this piece and it is meant to show you where your designs line up at. You're actually supposed to cut the pink piece that is provided, and that's what Andrena does. However, it works best for me to just use the guide for all of my work. Don't ask me why, it just makes the most sense to me, so that is what I use. If it is easier for you to use the pink piece instead, by all means, please do that. Okay, so right here you see that I am right clicking and duplicating the labels. This is not something that I would normally do. I did it just for tutorial purposes so that I could have the second design already ready and not waste a sheet of sticker paper for my print thin cut. So I'm going to show you two different ways to do a pattern on a print thin cut without wasting paper. So the first step is to upload pattern, and of course I like to drag and drop. I'm going to name the pattern and then I am going to upload it. Once you see pattern upload is successful, you are going to click on your layer, click on operation, change your operation from basic to print thin cut. Then you're going to change your color or your print type from color to pattern. I thought the pattern was a tad bit too small, so at the bottom left hand corner we click on edit pattern and we make it just a little bit bigger. When I'm done with this, I'm going to flatten it for my print thin cut. For my second option, I am going to do the slice method. I don't know if this method is preferred or if it is frowned upon, but I do like the way that it looks. So once again, I'm going to click on upload, but this time I'm going to click on upload image. I'm going to drag my file, drop it in, continue. Then I will apply and continue. None of this stuff to the left hand side applies to anything that we're doing right now. We're also not converting anything. We're going to leave it as a flat graphic. We will name it, add it to a collection, and then upload it to our canvas. Now, for whatever reason, it is going to come onto the canvas as huge as it possibly can be. We just simply need to resize it. So I'm just going to drag one of the four corners to pull it down and bring it to about a 6x6 to place over my Tic Tac label. Now with the digital paper selected and the top piece of my label, I'm going to slice. Then I'm going to repeat this same step 2 more times with the other 2 pieces of the label. I'm going to delete the original. I'm going to delete the digital paper. I'm going to flatten the 3 leftover pieces with the pattern on it, and that will be my print then cut. Next, I'm going to click on the giant T, capital T, or the word text to the left hand side so that I can add a 2025 to the right hand side of the template. There's enough space for you to put a cutout, a name, any type of graphic or graduation hat, whatever you want to put out to the side. There's actually quite a bit of space on the right hand side, but for this tutorial I'm just going to keep up with the theme and the time of year, and I'm just going to put 2025 there. Now instead of typing these numbers out individually and trying to line them all up, I type one number and enter, and then I adjust the spacing between the lines. Once I get the numbers just barely touching, I'm going to make sure they're all selected. I'm going to click on combine and weld. Now remember, weld is something that cannot be undone. Unite can be undone. Weld cannot. After I get my 2025 the size that I want, at the top of our toolbar beside flip and before create sticker, you will see the offset option, and I'm going to give this 2 offsets just because I like the way it looks. It is completely optional whether or not you do an offset. You do not have to. At this point we are done. I'm going to adjust the colors of my pieces so that they are easier to get situated when I go to the make screen. So I'm going to remember to hide the original label that I'm not using, or hide the guide. I will have my 2 pieces set up for print and cut. I am using my numbers and the pyramid as the same base, the same pink. You will have to save your project when you go to make, so another folder will pop up with things. Just give it a name and move on. Here I am organizing my mats so that they're all ready. I use the cardstock setting to cut my print then cuts, and then for my metallic layer I use the cardstock setting, and for my actual 2 pieces of cardstock and my 1 piece of paper, I use the poster board setting. So I don't know if all of that will be shown because I wanted to speed things up for you guys so that you're not just sitting here watching my Cricut scan, cut each layer 4 times 2 templates. So I'm just letting you know what I use for each one. Now after everything is cut, we're going to repeat everything all over again with the middle. So same steps, we're going to upload our SVG into Cricut Design Space. We're going to name it, remove the words, resize it, ungroup it. This time around I'm hiding the labels because we've already done it. I'm going to attach my score marks. Do not forget to attach your score marks. I like to group my layers together that are the same. This time around for my top layer, I'm going to do a print then cut. Same method, we're going to upload pattern, and we're going to add the pattern to our pieces. We're going to get that all cut out, work on simple designs to the left, because with it, or to the left and right, because using the middle you have a little bit smaller of a space, but it is still possible to get words like happy and birthday, congrats, grad. It's still possible to put words on the side of your Tic Tac. So that is what I am doing here, and then I will color coordinate everything so that it all has a space, and we will start assembling. Now I'm going to work through this rather quickly. If you need a step-by-step assembly video with all the pieces explained, click in the top right hand corner where you see the image, and that is the original assembly video right there, and that is also where you will be able to find the Silhouette Studio design video. Here I am just going to fold all of my pieces at the score mark. Be careful when you are assembling your metallic and your top layer. Make sure that you have your pieces the right way, because remember, a Tic Tac is a little bit wider at the top than what it is at the bottom. So it is possible to put your 2 layers upside down. Don't ask me how I know, just know that it's possible to make that mistake. That is all for this video. I hope you enjoy watching it as much as I enjoy creating it for you. Here is a final look with our print then cut, as well as embossed and debossed. Please do not forget to do all of the YouTubey things. I hope you're leaving with a little more light than you came with, and until next time, bye y'all.